let's just rip the Band-Aid off. I'm gonna say it, Squad Busters isn't in a good spot right now. Or at least, compared to other Supercell games. Right now is the beginning of the month, and as per usual with the beginning of the month, there's a website called Sensor Tower that pretty much releases info on a game's revenue and downloads for the month. And Squad Busters, I'll be completely honest, it's not looking good. The game made $5 million last month, which, don't get it twisted, is normally a lot of money, and most developers would give their right arm to make that amount. But you compare it to other Supercell games where they're making 4, 5, and in Brawl Stars' case, tenfold the amount that Squad Busters is currently making. It's pretty alarming. And not to mention, new downloads have slowed down as well. Like, what's going on with Squad Busters? Why is it declining so badly? Well, Squad Busters was rushed. Like, a lot of people know it at this point. They kind of this is going to sound harsh, but Supercell kind of just released a half-assed product here. Like, Squad Busters just did not have enough time to bake in the oven, and the metrics are clearly showing that. So how can we fix it? Let's start with progression. Progression is very slow and very unrewarding. And the fact that you need more babies to get to each progression tier is just, it's a flawed model in so many ways. So I think there just needs to be a complete overhaul in the progression. And here's a little bit of a rough draft as to how I want it to look like. Get rid of Ultras and Ultimates. Adding Ultras and Ultimates to the game did not help with the game's revenue, and honestly, it didn't help the game at all in any way, shape, or form. Get rid of Ultras and Ultimates, and instead, have it to where every baby that you get after Super contributes towards cosmetic progression rather than power progression. What do I mean by that? Well, Super tier would be the new, max tier in terms of power progression. And every time you upgrade beyond Super tier, you get a cosmetic related to that character instead of more power. You're probably thinking, well, how are they going to monetize it if there are hardly any cosmetics in the game? You only have, emotes, skins, and decorations to your Plaza, which do absolutely nothing. The game needs more cosmetics in order for this to work, and I have a couple ideas. You know how in Fall Guys, remember Fall Guys? Every player has this, name tag to where you can customize it with a background or a nickname that displays under your name tag. Squad Busters could add that to the game as well. Like, for the end results screen, instead of just staring at a boring gray and black bar with the player's name and an emote depending on their placement, you can have that, boring black bar be a background, a custom background that players can buy in the shop and earn through upgrading their characters, as well as, a nickname that they can get as well. And Squad Busters can monetize that, and it would be fine because it's a fair way to monetize the game without it being pay to win. Back to the progression track. At 200 total babies, you would unlock an exclusive emote for that character. You can only get it through the progression track. At, let's say, 300 babies, you get a Plaza decoration related to that character. Then at 500 babies, you'll be able to get a background tied to that character on your profile. At 750 babies, you would get a nickname related to that character on your profile picture. And at 1,000 babies, which would be the new, max level, like true max out for both power and cosmetics, you would just get a skin. A skin that is exclusive to that character, can only be obtained through the progression track and through no other means. This is the same for all the other cosmetics in the game as well. You can only get them through upgrading your characters. It's a way of showing, I guess, a bit of prestige and showing that, hey, you've been playing the game a while, or you whaled the game, and here's a way to show that off. You know what I mean? With this new progression model, not only will it be more rewarding to progress and you'll feel like you're actually progressing, but it'll also make the game less pay to win as a result. Because right now, there's an issue to where you can get in the squad league with, a bunch of supers, maybe a couple ultras, maybe an ultimate, and you're at a disadvantage and you're getting, stomped on by players with ultras and ultimates. Like, it's not a fun experience, and it kind of punishes you for playing the game long enough to get to squad league. So this would help make things a lot more fair in terms of gameplay, while adding more, individuality to each player with, all these different cosmetics and stuff like that. Here's another big issue that this game has: the lack of social features and community within the game. And yes, I know that there are social features, but they don't really build a lot of community within the game. It's crazy that this game doesn't have a clans feature. I find that to be absolutely astonishing. This just goes to show how rushed this game was. But anyway, yeah, clans feature would go a long way for this game. Also, I know that they have the piñata weekends, to where every weekend you try to open as many piñatas as you can with your friends. But they should make it to where it's a clan thing. You go to your clan every weekend, you guys have a bunch of piñatas that you guys need to open, and the goal would be to just, get through all the piñatas and stuff like that. That would be an amazing clan feature, because having to manually add friends that you want to have contribute to the piñata, it can be a little tedious. I'd rather the piñata thing to be more systematic in terms of how people can contribute and how people are chosen to contribute. Also, another thing I want to quickly mention, the Plaza decorations, no one gives a damn about them. They're just there for no reason. You can't show them off. You can't, do anything with them. They're just collecting dust on my home screen. So they should add a feature to where you can visit other people's plazas and stuff like that. I don't know how exactly that would go, but maybe, I don't know, this is tough. They could make it to where, if you're, visiting, someone's, I guess, profile, then you could add, a picture of their plaza and stuff like that. I think that'd be the best way to go about it. I'm not too sure. But they need to make it to where plaza decorations are somewhat meaningful, because right now they're not. You need to be able to show them off. Otherwise, people won't be motivated to get them. The last point I want to make is, more game modes, more things to do in the game. But the team's working on it, so I'm not going to make too big of an issue. But I just wanted to mention it, because another criticism about this game is that it's boring. It just gets boring fast, because it's just the same thing over and over and over again. And also, people are frustrated that, you can't choose what characters you can bring into battle. And the characters that you get within the game itself is random. It kind of takes the, I guess, to a lesser extent, the Fortnite / Diablo route, to where loot you get in game is random. But it's not working here, because you need to upgrade certain characters to get them stronger, and sometimes you're not gonna get to play your upgraded characters because the game will decide, play with these characters instead. And I get, being able to adapt is part of the game, but still, why should I spend money to upgrade a character if I might not even get the chance to play it that game? You know what I mean? So those were all the ideas that I could think of. Now, they're not perfect ideas. I'm not expecting people to even like or agree with them, but just some things to throw out there that would make the game be put in a better state than it is right now. I feel like if you're going to criticize something or if you're going to complain about a game feature, I feel like as a player and as a dedicated member of the community, the least you can do is provide a solution. You know what I mean? Like, it's one thing to to be upset about a certain feature, but to not provide a an option, like a solution, or give actual feedback, that's something other than L game trash devs, then it's kind of weird in my opinion. But that's going to be it for this video. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. What suggestions do you have for my suggestions? What suggestions do you have for the game? And just a vibe check, really. Thanks for watching. Take care of each other and love each other, and peace.